You're listening to The Manning Report with your host, James David Manning, the news behind the headlines.
You know what I thought was horrific was this boat that's called the Concepcion out there off the coast of Santa Cruz. Was it Santa Cruz, Santa Cruz out there in Los Angeles, out there that went down Saturday night that caught on fire. That was horrific because the people were trapped down in the bunk area, in the sleeping area of that boat. So it was some sort of a dive boat, I think, where people. I was going to take one of those boats. Elizabeth and I were going to take one of those boats and go out to, I think, those islands out there off the coast of Los Angeles. We planned to do that a couple of years ago. I never got it done. It cost too much money for one reason. It did. That's what stopped me. I thought, like a ferry or something. Now, they want like $75, $80 or something to ride that boat to the island off the coast of Los Angeles, off the coast of Ventura, California, rather. But anyway, this was a horrific scene. Imagine being caught down people were sleeping. The report said people were sleeping when the boat caught fire, and they were locked inside of the downstairs, and they couldn't get out. Imagine the horror that's hell magnified. And that fire was burning, and people were dying and screaming. And the crew, I got some questions about the crew. 5 members of the crew jumped off the boat, including the captain. The captain ain't supposed to jump off the boat. He ain't supposed to jump. He's supposed to go out and rescue the people. I think there ought to be some questions about that captain and about his crew. Because somebody said that the door was locked and the people couldn't get out. That don't make no sense. Why you lock a door, in the sleeping area? You're not in Harlem, you're not in Bed-Stuy, so why you gotta lock the door? You lock the doors. Why you gotta lock the doors? So, but why did the captain jump off the boat? Why did the captain jump? And then they say the boat sank in 64 feet of water, 20 miles off the coast of Santa Cruz. I just think that this is a tragic event. People suffocated, burned to death, and couldn't get out. That must have been hell on wheels that happened. But I think this captain ought to be called, and the owner of that boat ought to be called into question to find out why this took place. And what were they, why did the fire happen? And why did the captain jump off the boat? To me, that doesn't seem like the kind of thing that an honorable person would do. But that's tragic. So you got a lot of tragic things happening this weekend. This is a bit of a news blog we do, looking at spiritual wickedness in high places for the most part, making some observations about it and giving people a biblical foundation to the way of interpreting, rather than have Sean Hannity or Laura Ingraham or Janine Pirro or Anderson Cooper or Rachel Maddow or Don Lemon, Rush Limbaugh interpret what's going on in the world. You come to me and I'll tell you based on what the Word of God says. They'll just give you their worldly, sinful view. But the Manning Report will tell you what God has said, whether to say yea or nay, whether to go or to stay. You'll be led by the word of Almighty God. Come to the Manning Report on a daily basis to interpret the spiritual wickedness in high places, because there's plenty of it that's going on. And so I'm the Lord's servant, James David Righteous Rebel Manning, and I'm here to serve you with news and information.